Good evening, everybody. Michael, soothing here. There is something very novel going on here in Oregon that I never saw in California. Yes, I finally moved here, and this will be one of my very first videos. And the novelty going on here is that, which I'm not used to from down south, is that this water comes down out of the sky and it makes a really soothing sound, and it makes everything green. It makes everything grow. I like it. You may hear it a little in the background. And what I'm going to do, I hope this isn't too boring and redundant for you, but my plan here is to make 3 versions of capturing this phenomenon, so that whichever version you find the most soothing, you can watch and, go to sleep to. Now, the first version will be Daytime Pacific Storm. And then I'm going to do a nighttime whispered Pacific Storm. And then I'm going to do, because darkness will be falling, then I'm going to do nighttime soft-spoken Pacific Storm. And if I get these out of order, just be forgiving, all right? And I think I'll even do a version with no voice at all. So maybe that will be 4 versions altogether. But as we all know, water coming out of the sky is one of the most soothing sounds there is. So I hope you don't mind me doing 4 different versions, and I don't have much time before my next hiatus and absence. I'm only going to be around for maybe 4 days, so I can make a couple other kinds of ASMR video after this, and then I'll be gone for a week and a half. Then I'll be around another 4 or 5 days, gone for 2 weeks or so. Then in 2017, I'll be back for good, pretty much. And I can make lots. I'll have the time. I'll have the environment. I'm here in my own home now, and I'll be able to make for you. So, and I have the requests written. And so we'll work on those later. Until then, I hope you enjoy all the rain videos to come in all their different types. Just ignore the ones you don't like so much and find one of these 4 versions that you do. Alright, take care, everybody. Shooting it like this, you can really see what it's like. The real sounds of the storm. You can hear the moaning of the wind out there too. Lock all that up. We had a bear come around lately, according to one of the neighbors. So there is a lot of wildlife here. Let's take a peek again from the protection. So it's a pretty cold storm. Not cold enough to snow, but still, it's about 44, 45 out there. Wow. It's really coming down in a blast. Well, I think I'm gonna make some phone calls now. Well, birds are all scattering, taking off. It's even too much for them. This is quite a wild storm. I went walking earlier, collecting Pokemon, and I was afraid it would start raining on me, but I got lucky and it didn't. This big deluge started right after I got back home, which is good because I was about well over a mile away when I started back. I think we're going to get several inches out of this storm system. No more dealing with drought like in California. Here in Oregon, about half the days are rainy days overall. But most of that is in the winter, so spring and summer's nice. Nonetheless, some people cannot handle this kind of weather day in, day out for weeks on end. I just thought it might be interesting to show everybody, now that I'm finally here, what it's typically like in the wintertime on the Oregon coast. Not exactly Gulf weather, if you know what I mean. This is good for waterfowl, I think, just about. And it's almost dark. The camera is trying to compensate by making it look lighter than it really is. There's a lone little duck down there. Let's zoom in on him and see what he's up to. That's a little reflection in the, whoops, he just dove. Can't believe he's fishing in this weather. Either dove or took off. Wow, it's really just pouring out there. Luckily, I had a new roof put on this place a few months ago. Listen to that. This is good curl up and sleeping weather. Little diving duck popped back up. Yeah, this is the kind of weather. The wind is blowing so hard that the rain is blasting sideways and actually coming up to the window. You can see the droplets. And that's several feet it has to cross to get that far. That's how heavy it's raining. You can see on the deck. The water's coming in a few feet. If you were out there with an umbrella, it would actually break it because the wind is too strong. You can see how it's blowing this tree over here. Pretty good. That view across the river will never be marred by building or civilization because it's a protected area and it's too steep to build on. It's actually a logging area. On the other side, but these trees on this side will never be bothered. So that's good. It's getting a little too dark to film. I'd like to record this rain as is. I think I'll pause. Now we'll just video the rain as darkness falls. Pick up the sounds. We might even get a peal of thunder at some point. I want to do a quiet, static shot like this because I think it would be very relaxing. It's very relaxing to me right now. Finally, a quiet environment. So let's just film the storm for a while. Now I'm going to pause, hook up my high quality external microphone, and see how well we can pick up the sounds of the rain. I think the heavy rain is past. At least for now. So we'll just do a static shot for a while and see if the heavy rain comes back again. I had a very good drive coming up here to some fairly serious sounds, but it's mellowing out just a little bit. You can sit back here and talk to people about Thanksgiving. What are you thankful for on this Thanksgiving? I'm a little sad not being with family. Let's turn this off. I used to be, of course. One family in one place. Now we're spread all over. Gone through a marital breakup, and my kids are in different places, my adult kids. I'm far away in Oregon. So it's an adjustment time. But I'm confident that in the future, one or more of them will probably relocate to be closer. The Oregon coast is a difficult place to find a decent job because, there's no real work in the area other than retail or small stores, government jobs, or logging, a little bit of tourism, I would say, and some medical jobs. But there's no real industry. There are some periodic and cyclic jobs in the fishing industry when there's salmon runs. Then the fleet comes from various other parts of the West Coast, even down from Alaska, from Seattle. And they'll do salmon fishing, and also Dungeness crab season brings commercial fishermen to the area. I'm going to get a crab trap, and I'm going to do some Dungeness crab fishing myself off of the crabbing pier down in Winchester Bay, which is not far from where I live now. So I think I'll do a wide variety of fishing too. It's certainly good for you to have a lot of fish in your diet, as long as it is from clean water, so that you don't have pollutants migrating up the food chain into the fish. But we don't have pollutants here, so it's okay. Days like this, I kind of miss my old fireplace that we had in Scotts Valley. If you scroll back on my video uploads link, you'll find that I did a couple of fireplace videos that I think were pretty relaxing overall. Someday, now that I'm here, Oregon, do some natural sounds ASMR besides this rainstorm. I will do waterfalls in the spring. I'll do big waves, maybe even in the winter. I've got to find a way to muffle the microphones a little bit on this super stereo microphone that I'm using right now, so that the wind will not create intense noise on it. I must say, there are very few times in my life I've been more at peace than now to be finally retired. No more stressful management. No more extreme technical problems to resolve in the rocket science business. No more 3 hours a day of commuting in stop-and-go traffic. No more hustle and bustle and frenzy of living in the Silicon Valley and in the cities surrounding it. Here in Oregon, the pace is laid back, relaxed, mellow. Even the drivers are completely different. Instead of all pushing each other and acting rude and road rage everywhere, cutting each other off, and things like down in California, being angry and aggressive and in a rapid hurry. Here, people actually drive slower than the speed limit almost everywhere. Now this is very hard to get used to for someone like me who was always pushing every edge, but nonetheless, I'm adjusting and I'm finding it's actually a lot more relaxing to drive without that adrenaline, without that anxious, frustrating need to be in a big hurry. Listen, the rain is getting a little louder. I like it like that. No shortage of water here. Here, the water is so plentiful compared to California. Down there it's a drought and you can't wash your car or water your lawn too much. The water bill is very high, and the more you conserve, the more they raise the water rates to compensate. But here, where I live, we don't even pay for the water. As you can see, there's a lot of it. Got about 15 lakes around here within a 20-mile radius, as well as the mighty River. Soon I'll do an ASMR on brochures and things for this area, and eventually I'll show you all live all the places unless I was, say, setting up a tripod to watch bank fishing or dock fishing, or if I bring someone to be the videographer. So maybe someday we'll do some of that. But for now, the very first couple of days here in Oregon, I'm going to show you the typical wintertime weather. And see if it relaxes you as much as it's relaxing me. I feel like taking a nap. Maybe soon I will. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy this quiet video. I'm gonna just be quiet for a few minutes before I make the close. Just see if the rain all by itself is a soothing sound to you. Maybe I'll make a video with just the rain and no voice. I'm just gonna let this camera run and video the rain until it gets dark. Just a quiet, static shot with nothing else but the rain. way.